Hi, everyone, and welcome to I Love Mondays. My name is Angela Ambrosia. I'm a love and relationship coach, and one of the things I say is the most important love story of all is yours. So, what do I mean by that? That whenever you come into situations such as we're covering today, as in handling criticism from your loved ones, it's the opportunity to explore what your love story is. So if you're used to watching love stories anywhere on television or in love songs, there's always happy moments and there's always the tragic moments. And love is full of this. It's like a seesaw between you feel connected, you feel good, you feel in love, you feel happy or joyful, and then you feel angry and you feel annoyed and then you feel separated. So it's constantly about this. So that love story is unique to you. And when you're experiencing criticism from your partner, it's very easy to go into old habits where we'll feel we have something wrong with us or there's something wrong with the other person. So today, we're going to dispel the belief or the idea or the thought pattern or emotional pattern that when there's criticism, there's something wrong with you or the other person. In order to have a love relationship that's actually going to be growing and fun and continue to last, to go beyond breakup or even to heal from a breakup, you need to actually see what the criticism that you're getting is trying to get you to see. So criticism is an opportunity to see what's unique to your love story, what's being shown to you as a piece of your love story. So for each of you, whatever the criticism is zeroing in on, that's part of your love story. Part of you that you need to shine more light on, which is awareness, and which we do in connecting to ourselves. Some people call it meditation. I'm starting to call it connecting to yourself, because you can do that at any time. You don't need to set up a special time of the day to meditate and connect. You can connect in the moment, especially when you're feeling feelings of criticism. In the moment when you're being criticized or you're overwhelmed, it's very difficult to go into a Zen place. So I encourage you to do this practice after you've been experiencing some sadness or feeling of being criticized and feeling that that's not fair, feeling that that's unwarranted, that you didn't do anything to get that criticism. This exercise that we'll do today is to look at not in the moment, and then we'll look at during the cycle of I Love Mondays how to, in the moment, calm your breath as well. So the breath is the first thing to do if you're handling any feelings of overwhelm. So considering any things where you might be feeling criticized, it could be that you're not living up to your partner's expectations, you're not giving them what they want, and also the more subtle forms of criticism. So it could be eating away type criticism where you have a relationship or a loved one where they're constantly saying things and they wear you down over time. There's something there that's a common theme in all those situations, things that flare up or things that happen over time. There's a common theme there where you're being asked to, in your love story, engage in what is it that truly hurts you. So love isn't always about, everything's purple and green and rosy or lovely. It's also about actually seeing the parts of you that no longer want to be hurt. And criticism, as much as it's something that is uncomfortable, unwelcomed, and basically not nice or fun, it's actually a moment, an opportunity to see what parts of you are being hurt and what parts you need to actually start experiencing to release that hurt. And in some situations, not all, but in some, it's also about defending a part of yourself with some words to the other person. So that doesn't mean ripping them down. That's not going to create a space of love. But it does mean telling them in very clear, firm ways sometimes what is going on for you and what you will and cannot tolerate. So there's compromise in every relationship. There's sometimes people will yell at you or say things and you'll take things. But there's other times where you're like, I simply cannot deal with this and I want this from you. So what you want from them varies depending on the relationship. But it's very important to find out what's actually been hurt first inside you when you get that criticism. In the moment, you just need to take some deep breaths to relax and just feel the hurt. And then later, when you have time to do an exercise such as we're going to do in our connection exercise today, an energy transfer, to actually feel what's a better way to even understand what's going on, release the hurt feelings, and then ask if you do actually have any other things that you need to do to protect what's been hurt here, or to make sure that it's safe. And just knowing when we go into an argument with a loved one and we go into defending ourselves, that's also a clue, whatever you're saying, as what's been hurt and what needs extra awareness that you're hurt there. And also what language you need to work on, rather than lashing out in the moment. Finding, when you're in a connection exercise, what are the words that are going to actually help you in the moment, that are going to say in a clear way. Because I can guarantee you, when you're upset or when you're being criticized, it's just natural that your defenses come up. We're wired to protect ourselves. But with practice and training and connecting in and bringing awareness to what's hurt inside of you, you won't react as much. And also with the intention to find a better way, the words will come to you eventually to actually explain yourself to others in a way that they will begin to hear, because you're not reacting out from the hurt. If you do react out from the hurt, the most important thing is to not think you're a bad person, but to actually acknowledge that your words may have hurt the other person, and you can acknowledge that here internally, or you can say to the other person, I'm sorry. But find a place first to come in here where you begin to experience how you may have hurt the other person, because that will help you say the words, I'm sorry, from a deeper, authentic place, rather than a place where you feel like I should say sorry because I hurt them. So let's connect in. And today, of course, we're going to connect in with the heart energy again, and also bring in that higher energy of our higher thoughts, our higher emotions, the higher self. So as you bring the hands to the heart area here, we're also going to take one hand, the right hand, if you can, and just feel that space above the head where you're calling in a sense of being higher than yourself, outside yourself. You can't solve the problems of the mind with the mind. That's why we refer to the higher self. And we're also asking our higher emotions, our higher thought processes to come in here. So if you're looking at a problem at this level, it can be very repetitive, recycling old stuff, and destructive. So we want to try and energetically grab whatever we can from a higher consciousness into ourselves. So if you have a connection to your higher self, just begin to visualize, closing the eyes, that higher self connecting to you. And it can help you to see a point 3 feet above the crown, where you actually see an energy or a light form or an image that connects you to that higher self. And for those of you who want an image, you can use the golden light. So see a golden light 3 feet above the crown, and ask that now, that energy be here for you to bring you to higher levels of perception, awareness, and love in understanding yourself. And also how to elevate your communication in relationship to others. So see that light now, golden light coming down from above the head all the way into the heart. And as it does so, it passes through the brain and the throat. So we're asking for higher levels of communication and perception. So as you're coming through the brain, ask the golden light to bring you that awareness that you need to see where you've been hurt, so you can actually begin to bring higher levels of communication to that hurt and higher levels of awareness to that hurt. And now see the golden light coming into the throat. Allow the golden light to stay there and completely envelope the throat. And again, asking for the higher levels of communication so you can understand yourself, connect with yourself, and also share that experience with others in a way that's concise, meaningful, and direct. And now bring to mind a situation where you may be experiencing criticism. Ask the heart now to show you what is it that you feel you are defending when you are criticized. And if you don't get an answer, it doesn't matter. Just notice what you're feeling in the body when you bring to mind the situation of being criticized. So ask the golden light now to show you what you need to understand to help you in this situation. Show me what I need to understand to help me in this situation. And just see what you're experiencing in your body right now. You may get different sensations in different parts of the body, and they're all important. We do store emotions where we feel threatened or criticized in different parts of the body. So whenever you are defending yourself, you will begin to store different feelings in the body as a way of remembering that the situation is not safe. So we're just going to ask that golden light or your light energy to bring awareness to those parts of you that don't feel safe. And just breathing into the whole body or any part of you that connects to the feeling of not being safe. And allow the light to actually penetrate the whole body, so the body can begin to feel its own light force, your light force energy. Feeling your own light is the awareness of your higher consciousness coming into the body, so you can gain perspective and awareness on yourself from outside of your body, bringing extra awareness. Breathing helps to bring the awareness deeper into the body cells. So now you can ask that any feelings be released. Any uncomfortable, unwanted feelings that you're ready to be released, to release them now. Ask that light energy to release any unwanted feelings. And now bring your awareness to the light in the heart and the brain itself. So we're going to bring a connected awareness between heart and brain. So the heart is touched by your hand right now, the heart energy in the chest, the center of the chest. And see above it, floating above that, the energy of the brain, also surrounded in the light. So by connecting both brain and heart, ask for the balance in this situation for you to connect your thoughts and feelings. So see the light shining literally on the brain and on the heart, asking to balance your thoughts and feelings. And then between this space is the throat. So ask now that from this balance, what are the words that you need to say to yourself to help you in this situation? And then continue feeling the balance between the brain and the heart energies. Ask, what are the words you need to communicate, if any words you need to communicate? What are the words you need to communicate to the other person in this situation, if you do need to communicate at all? And you need not communicate the words out loud. They could be internally right now, this minute, what words you need to share with them. Balancing between your thoughts and feelings. So now breathing into the heart and acknowledging that space that you've created in yourself to experience yourself. Thank yourself and honor yourself for creating this time to connect and feel deeper into who you are. Give thanks to the light coming into your body from above the crown and into the heart. And then with some very deep felt breaths, breathing into the chest, into the brain and even above the crown, and exhaling that energy all the way down the body into the feet and into the earth. And a few more times with that breath, breathing into the crown and all the way down the body into the feet. One more time into the crown and all the way down the body into the feet. In your own time, opening your eyes and just noticing anything that came up for you, including the words that you need to hear or say, and understand that any time that you connect internally and send these thoughts or energies in your heart or in your mind to another person, they will be received unconsciously. So even if you feel like you're just doing a meditation and you're not really actually expressing yourself, at the unconscious level, we do connect with each other every moment, 24 hours a day, every minute, even when we're sleeping. So your unconscious thoughts, feelings, and words can be felt unconsciously through others. So begin to explore when you do need to express yourself, how you can connect in first and ask from a higher place, what are the right words here? What do I need to hear first before I even communicate to someone else? And find out what are the words that actually will be more suitable before you actually start a verbal communication, or the key meaning that you want to get across before you start a verbal communication. So thank you for joining I Love Mondays. You can join us with the 21 Days to Lasting Love. We have another Valentine's series starting this month. And you can also call me on 347-985-9979 to set up your free relationship miracle call. So thank you for joining. Have a wonderful week and bring your words of love to yourself and others.